I should have guessed trouble was coming when Ethan made me put on that deep red dress. Not the green one I picked that matched my eyes so well. But nope. He chose it 3 weeks back and hung it in my closet with a note saying, "Put this on for tomorrow night." At 28, I'd figured out not to fight over little stuff. A dress? Not worth it. Especially on our engagement anniversary. We deserved fun, not fights. The fancy eatery sat way up high in a tall building. All shiny lights and big windows showing off the cities. Sparkling lights. I'd been there once for my big job win at the building design company. Ethan griped about the cost all night back then. But tonight, he booked it himself. My shoes clicked on the smooth stone floor as the host guy smiled at me. But it didn't feel real. "Miss Reed, your group is waiting." Group, not your boyfriend? That wording should have clued me in. Warning number 2. I trailed him through the busy room, feeling stares on me. This place drew the city's rich folks. Old rich, new rich, all kinds mixed in to show off. I spotted people from fancy parties and work mags. Easily 200 folks. All in fancy clothes and jewels worth more than what I make in a year. Ethan was at a table right in the middle. Best spot for everyone to see. But he wasn't by himself. Olivia Kingsley sat where I should have been. Her yellow hair and perfect curls, a dress worth tons, and a grin that could cut. I knew of her, Kingsley. Places had been big in the city for ages. She'd been on a big money mag cover last month. Stopped a bit away from the table. My folder with the building plans I'd worked on for a month felt super heavy now. Ethan got up, his face all blank. "Mia, thanks for showing up." Thanks for showing up? Like I was some work buddy, not the girl he asked to marry him a year ago. "Ethan, what's going on?" My words came out calm, even if I wasn't. He pointed to an empty seat across from them. "Sit down, please. We gotta chat." I didn't sit. Every gut feeling yelled to bolt, to get out before the bad stuff hit. But my stubborn side kept me standing. No running with 200 people watching. Ethan looked at Olivia, who nodded like she was cheering him on. He coughed a bit. "I've been thinking about what lies ahead, what I need in someone by my side as I push my job forward." My grip on the folder got tighter. "Your job? I'm aiming to run for a big government spot next year. Can't miss that chance, but it needs some thinking ahead." He waved toward Olivia. Olivia gets the game of politics, her family's links, her know-how with being in the spotlight. She's the type who can help me win. Those words hit hard, like punches. Around us, talks got quieter. Folks were eavesdropping. "You brought me here to dump me." My question was flat. "I'm calling off our promise to marry." "Yeah." Ethan dug into his coat and pulled out a little soft box. My promise ring. The one I'd left at his place last week because it bugged my finger. He said he'd fix the size at the ring shop. He opened it, took out the ring, and put it on the table between us. I figure a fresh start is best. "You're driven, Mia. Always chasing your own path, building your name. People might think you stuck with me for my ties, for help with your design company." My face got hot. "You believe I was with you for your links? I'm just saying how it could look. You jumped from starter designer to main leader in 6 months after we got promised." People chat. Olivia leaned in, her face full of fake sorry. "It's not about you, honey. Ethan needs someone who fits his life. Someone born into it, not scrambling to join." The folder slipped from my hands, thumping on the floor. Building plans scattered on the stone. The work I'd slaved over. The design that got me my big step up from real skill and super long hours. Now like trash at their feet. Ethan didn't even peek at it. "I hope you get why this is good for us both. You'll meet someone who matches your life better someday." Around us, phones popped out from bags and pockets. Camera lights flashed in the corners of my eyes. Someone was filming this. Lots of someones. I should have said something smart and mean. Kept my cool with a killer goodbye that'd stick with him forever. Instead, I bent down, picked up my messy plans with shaky hands, and stood tall. "Keep the ring," I said. My voice sounded far away, like someone else's. Think of it as pay for the year I threw away. I turned and headed for the door, Each step felt like walking in thick mud. The talks around me buzzed loud. Kind looks and hidden laughs followed me out. The host guy looked away as I went by. Even he knew. They all knew what tonight really was. The night air smacked me hard as I pushed out the doors. Fall in the City had a chill that cut through the deep red dress Ethan picked, the dress he wanted me in for my big embarrassment. Got half a block before my legs quit. Side road off the main way gave shadows and quiet. Alone time. I dropped onto the curb, dress bunching around me. Plans hugged to my chest. The tears came then. Hot and embarrassing and no stopping them. A year gone, a year thinking someone loved me. Planning a life that just got burned up in front of 200 watchers who were likely sharing it online already. Steps came near, but I had no strength to care. Let them look. Let them snap pics. Nothing could worsen this, Miss Reed. The voice was deep, steady, and totally new to me. I looked up through teary eyes. A guy stood a bit away, lit from behind by streetlights, super tall, over 6 feet, with dark hair and a face of sharp lines and shadows. He had on a black suit that cost more than my rent, fitted just right to wide shoulders and a body that showed gym time. But his eyes, dark brown, almost black in the low light, locked on me like a force I could feel. "I don't need any help," I said, wiping my face. "I think you do." He stepped closer. "Photographers are heading this way. In about 30 seconds, they'll turn that corner and catch you crying on the curb. By morning, those pics will spread everywhere. Like magic," voices echoed from the eatery's door. Guy voices, pumped and grabby. The stranger held out his hand. "My car's right here, unless you want to give them the show they want." I stared at his hand. Strong fingers, a fancy silver watch shining in the light, and no good reason to trust him. But the voices got louder. I took his hand and let him help me up. A black car waited at the curb, smooth and pricey. He opened the back door, and I slid in, plans and all. He got in next, sitting beside me, smooth as can be. The door shut, locking us in a smell of soft seats and quiet. "Drive," he told the guy up front. The car rolled off just as 3 guys with cameras rushed around the corner. I leaned against the far door, heart pounding. "Who are you?" He turned those dark eyes on me, and something in his look made my breath stop. Not scary exactly, but not safe either. "Someone who just saw your big public embarrassment," he said softly, "and someone who might fix your mess." The car's inside smelled like soft seats and something deeper. Something like hidden danger held back. I hugged my plans tighter, suddenly knowing I'd ditched all smart thinking, jumping in a stranger's car 'cause of photo guys. "Smart move, Mia." "You can let me out at the closest train stop," I said, trying to sound like girls who often escape bad scenes in fancy cars with mystery dudes. I could. He turned to face me better, and passing lights showed bits of his face. Sharp chin, a thin scar over his left eye, eyes that checked me like a plan he was spotting weak spots in. Or you could hear my idea first. I don't need saving by a stranger with a hero thing. His lips curved a bit, not a full smile. No hero thing here. I have a work chance that fits someone just like you right now. My spot? I laughed, but it sounded broken. "You mean shamed in public and jobless by morning?" "Not jobless yet, but yeah, that clip's going viral. Check your phone if you doubt me." I didn't wanna, but my hand grabbed my phone from my bag. Alerts flooded in. Texts from work pals, missed calls from my sis, and trending on a few sites. Ethan Reed shares promise to Olivia Kingsley. The video with it showed me stuck at that table, plans dropping from my hands. The comments? "Worse than the clip. They'll boot me." The words were flat. My big step up depended on keeping the company's good name. A online mess doesn't say steady pro. Likely. He didn't sugarcoat it. Which leads to my deal. I need a wife. I spun to stare at him. "What?" 6 months. "A deal-based marriage for work reasons. In return, I'll wreck Ethan Reed's job path before it starts, and I'll give you $500,000. The number floated between us like it was real. $500,000. Enough to launch my own company. Enough to rely only on my own name. "This is nuts," I said. "I don't even know your name." "Lucas Blackwood." He said it like it meant something. It did. Even me, who stayed away from bad guy stuff, knew the name. The Blackwood family ran big areas on the coast. Shipping, building, and likely lots of stuff that'd scare my rule-following side. You're a bad guy. I'm a business guy who works in tricky spots. His voice stayed even. I need to seal a deal with some old Italian groups who like steady family life. A wife makes me look real. Why not pick someone who wants to marry you for real? 'Cause this is work, not love stuff. Love messes things up. You need money safety and payback on the guy who shamed you? I need a partner for 6 months to close a deal worth way more than the $500,000 I'm giving. It's a swap. The car slid through the city's night traffic, and I realized I had no clue where we headed. Stop the car. We're 3 blocks from your place. I'll drop you. Think on my deal, and if you want in, call this number. He pulled a card from his coat. Plain fancy paper with just a number. Nothing else. And if I don't want in, then you handle tomorrow's mess alone. Warning, it'll be rough. The car stopped at my building. A simple walk-up in an area getting nicer, slow enough I could pay rent. The driver, who I'd hardly noticed, got out and opened my door. Lucas Blackwood stayed in the back shadows. Think it over. Miss Reed, 6 months of your time for the tools to build the life you want, and the fun of seeing Ethan lose all he thinks is big. I got out, legs wobbly, plans wrinkled against me. This is wild. Most good choices are. The door shut, and the car drove off, leaving me on the sidewalk with a card in hand and no idea what to do. My place felt too tiny and empty when I climbed the 4 floors to my door. I dropped the plans on my kitchen table and checked online again. Even though I knew better, the clip had spread 40,000 times. Comments had grown. Half called me a money chaser who got what was coming. The other half felt bad in ways that hurt more. I held out 2 days of kind looks from work folks and careful hints from my boss that maybe I should take time off to let it calm. 2 days watching possible clients pull out because they hated the bad buzz. On the 3rd morning, I stared at Lucas Blackwood's card and picked a choice that'd either fix my life or wreck what's left. The phone rang once before a guy voice answered. Address. Not hi, not how can I help. Just straight to it like he waited for me. I gave my work spot, and he hung up without saying more. 1 minute later, a text came. Red car outside in 5. Get in. The car was right there, and the driver said nothing as we drove through busy streets to the water edge. Not the fun tourist part. The working docks with big ships unloading and big storage buildings like stone castles. We stopped at a building that looked empty outside. The driver pointed to a side door, and I knew I had to go in alone. Inside was totally different. Cool office space on the main floor, sleek chairs and top tech, but the guys caught my eye most. 3 of them placed around the room, all watching me like trained fighters with hidden tools. Miss Reed. Lucas came from a back room, and daytime didn't make him less scary. If anything, more. Tall, strong build, another suit worth more than my ride. Thanks for coming. I haven't said yes to anything. But you're here. Means you're thinking about it. He waved toward his room. This way, the room had a desk, 2 seats, and big windows looking at the docks. He shut the door, blocking the view of his tough guards. I need to know what I'd really be saying yes to, I said, staying on my feet. Marriage means living as a couple, showing up in public. Yeah, to both. You'd move to my place. We'd go to events together, act like a real, steady pair. But separate rooms, no close stuff unless we both say for show, and you keep full work freedom. But you can't spill the truth to anyone. Right. To the world, we're for real married. The deal stays secret, I cross my arms. And your real work? The bad parts. You don't ask about my choices, but you can speak up on legal building jobs. I run a few companies that stay totally clean for 6 months. 6 months. Then we split quietly. You get your cash, and we go on. I looked out at the docks, at ships loading stuff I probably didn't want to know about. And Ethan? You said you'd ruin his path. I got ties in politics and law spots. When I'm done, Ethan Reed will be lucky to chase small cases far away. No feeling in his voice, just facts. When would this start? The marriage? 2 days. I know a judge who owes me. Quiet event, real and legal? This is totally nuts. You said that. You saying no? I turned to him. Those dark brown eyes had no push, just waiting, like he knew I'd already decided. Maybe I had. $500,000 in writing. And confirm separate rooms means real apart. No hopes. Deal. He went to his desk, pulled a paper that looked ready ahead, and slid it over. Read it. No rush. If yes, sign. I read every bit. The deal was clear and simple. 6 months. Marriage by name and law. $500,000 to my bank after his big deal closes, with extra that pays even if it flops, not my fault. My hand shook a little as I signed. Lucas signed under, had it checked, and held out his hand. Welcome to the setup. Mrs. Blackwood. His hold was strong, warm, and nothing felt safe. The top-floor home took the whole level of a building in a cool area that didn't show off. No front guy, just body scans and cameras everywhere. Lucas's driver brought my stuff 3 hours ago. Now I stood in the stone entry, feeling like a sneak in a fancy display. Your spot is this way. Lucas passed me, his vibe filling the big space. He opened a door to a room bigger than my old whole place. Big bed. Sitting spot. Private bath with a deep tub and windows over the river. Everything you need is here. Bella set it up. Bella? My sis. She runs some family stuff. She'll want to meet you. He said it easy, but his tone hinted it'd be more like a quiz than a hello. The home surprised me. I thought it'd be showy, full of riches like Olivia's family spot. Instead, it showed quiet strength. Modern stuff in plain colors, art worth tons I didn't want to guess, and a feel like it was also a safe hideout. The safety setup needs your print now, Lucas went on, taking me to a panel by the door. Press here. I did, watching it save my info. Seems overkill for a short setup. Nothing in my life lets weak safety. I take it serious. 'Cause of your work. 'Cause I got folks who'd use anyone near me to push. That's why from now, you don't leave without guards. My back straightened. That wasn't in the deal. It was hinted in the safety part. I mean it. Before I could fight, the lift dinged. Lucas's stance changed a bit, and I saw he put himself between me and the door. The doors opened to a woman who had to be Bella. She had Lucas's dark eyes and sharp looks, but his vibe was held back force. Hers was smart planning. Mid-30s, in a dark gray suit that looked work-ready and kinda scary. She stepped in like she owned it more than I ever would. So, this is the building designer. Bella's eyes scanned me, noting my plain dress to my ready stance. Mia Reed, 28, just got a big job step, publicly shamed by an ex who swapped for better ties. Fun pick? Lucas. Bella. Lucas's voice warned. What? Just saying your new wife had a tough week. She got closer, and I made myself not back up. I need to know you get what you signed for. My brother's life ain't safe, and being his wife, even short, makes you a mark. She's been told, Lucas said. Told ain't getting it. Bella walked around me slow, like checking prey. Tell me, Mia, if someone points a tool at your head and wants info on Lucas's work, what do you do? I don't know his work stuff. Exactly. And you'll keep it that way. No asking where he goes, who he sees, or what's in those dock storage spots. Not knowing isn't just nice here. It's how you stay alive. Bella, stop. Lucas's tone got hard. She raised hands like giving up, just setting rules clear. I'll leave you two to get comfy. Mia, we'll see lots more of each other. Her smile had no warmth. Welcome to the crew. The lift doors shut behind her, and quiet fell like dust. She doesn't trust me, I said. She trusts no one. It's kept her going this long. Lucas went to the big windows, hands in pockets. But she'll warm up. Bella likes skill, and your work record is strong. How nice. He looked back, almost smiling. You should relax. We got an event tomorrow night. The yearly big foundation party. Fancy clothes. Lots there, and your ex will be with his new catch for sure. My gut twisted already. Showing our marriage is real means being seen in key spots. This party's perfect. Plus, seeing Ethan's face when we show up together will be fun for you. Maybe us both. Trust me. He headed to what I guessed was his room. There's a dress in your storage. Bella picked it. Wear any shiny stuff from the safe. Code is your birth date. He vanished before I could think on that. The safe in my storage had shiny stuff that made my eyes big. Neck pieces with clear stones. Green ear ones, items for displays. Not me. I picked plain white dots that wouldn't feel like pretend. The dress, though, was wow, deep blue soft fabric, fancy and pretty. Cut perfect, even if Bella never measured me. I didn't want to guess how she knew. Sleep came in bits that night. Every noise in the new place woke me. At 2 a.m., I quit and went to the kitchen for water. Lucas sat at the counter, computer open, still in his suit. He looked up when I came in, and we said nothing for a sec. Can't sleep? He asked at last. Weird bed, weird life. I poured water from the clean tap. Do you ever sleep? Not lots. Part of the job. He shut the computer. You'll get used to it. Most do. Most folks haven't agreed to marry a stranger. True. He watched me across the kitchen, and I suddenly knew I had on just a big shirt and shorts. For what it's worth, I'll do all I can so these 6 months don't wreck your life. Just shake it up for a bit. Exactly. That almost smile came back. The party tomorrow will set how it goes. Folks will talk, guess, make big stories on how we met. Let them. More eyes on us means less on other stuff. You mean your real work? I mean stuff not for you. He stood, and I saw how much room he took just being there. Get some rest. Mia, tomorrow's better if you're not wiped. He left me alone in the kitchen, and I finished my water in the dark, watching city lights fuzzy through windows. The next evening came fast. The dress fit like made for me, and the white dots added just right fancy without trying too hard. I looked in the mirror, hardly knowing the girl back. Work shield, I told myself. Just another plan to follow. Lucas waited in the main room, and when I came out, his look changed. Not just okay, more like he saw I got it. You look great, he said plain. Thanks for saying this is all acting. His lips curved a bit. Everything's acting, Mia. Just how good we do it. The car ride to the party was quiet. Lucas was on his phone, talking low about loads and times I chose not to hear. When we got to the big museum where the foundation rented the whole place, photo folks lined up like a tough path. Lucas got out first, then turned to give his hand. Ready? No, not at all. But I took his hand and let him lead me into the flashes. Questions yelled from the photo line. Mr. Blackwood, who's with you? Is it true you got hitched lately? Miss Reed, how long you known Lucas Blackwood? Lucas skipped them all, his hand on my lower back as we went in. The touch felt hot through the fabric, like claiming. Message clear, I thought. To all watching, I'm his now. The party's main hall shone with the city's top folks. I saw business heads, government types, and some from gossip pages. And there in the middle stood Ethan and Olivia. They spotted us same time. Ethan's face went from sure to mixed up to almost scared when he saw Lucas's hand on me like owning. We headed over, and Ethan's face flipped quick, mixed up to knowing. Then real worry, Mia. He got his cool back hard. Didn't think you'd be here. Funny. Same for you. I kept my voice easy, nice. Ethan, Olivia, meet my husband, Lucas Blackwood. Olivia's fake smile broke. Husband? That's not possible. The promise ended a week ago. Lucas's voice stayed chatty, but everyone nearby paid attention. Plenty time for Mia and me to see what we got. We tied the knot 3 days back. Quiet. Ethan swallowed hard. He knew Blackwood. All in the city's power spots knew what it meant. How handy. Olivia got a bit back. You bounced back fast, Mia. Lucas's fingers squeezed my side a tiny bit. My wife doesn't explain her pics to anyone, especially not folks who didn't treat her right. The air around us got cold. Ethan coughed. Sure, we wish you both the best. I'm sure. Lucas's smile had no nice. Have a good night. He led me away before they could talk, his hand staying on me. We moved through groups, and I felt stares following. Whispers trailed us. That was harsh, I whispered. That was needed. By morning, key folks will know you're off limits. He grabbed 2 bubbly drinks from a passing server. Now we mix. Let them see us as a pair. Show the marriage is real. The next hour blurred. Meets with Lucas's work folks. Government smiles too big. Fancy ladies checking my dress and dots like hunters. Lucas handled it smooth, calling me his wife with a claiming feel that seemed real. When we found a quiet spot by old stone figures, I let out held breath. "You're good at this," Lucas said. "Most hate these nights." I did years of company events as the youngest by far. Learned to fit. I sipped the bubbly. Super good. Though usually not acting as a tough guy's wife. Tech-wise, you're acting my wife. The tough part is extra. Sure, 'cause folks see you as just a business guy. His look changed, darker in those brown eyes. They see what I let them. Strength, control, wins. The house stays fuzzy on purpose. Before I could answer, Bella popped from the crowd like a sharp-dressed ghost. "Lucas, we got an issue." His vibe switched fast. Charming hubby gone, hard guy in place. What issue? Marco Rossi is here with building plans for a spot in a dock area. He's showing them to the old family in the side room. Something silent passed between them. Lucas's chin tightened. "Excuse me a bit." He vanished into the crowd with Bella, leaving me alone by old treasures. I should have stayed, acted the pretty wife waiting. Instead, wonder pulled me to the side room. The space had old desert items, and a small group stood by a fake old building. I knew some faces from earlier meets. The old family, deep roots with ties across seas, and there, showing big plans on a quick table, was a guy who had to be Marco Rossi, shorter than Lucas, thicker dark skin and eyes that hinted mean was close. His suit was pricey, worn like a shield. "The spot is perfect," Marco said, pointing at the plans. "Right by water, few home complaints. Building starts in 3 months if okayed." I got closer to peek at the plans. My design training kicked in, checking the drawings like work. Something off. The hold-up parts were weak for the tall building shown. The base details didn't fit the ground type in that dock spot, and the load area looked made for way bigger rides than normal work trucks. This wasn't real building work. This was a spot to hide stuff. "Mia," Lucas showed at my side, voice even, but body screaming stress. "I see you found the building talk." Marco's eyes snapped to me, checking and brushing off same time. "Your wife likes building stuff." "My wife designs buildings, a good one." Lucas's hand went to my lower back again. "What do you think of the plans, dear?" The sweet word sounded normal. Like practice, I went with it. "They're cool, but I saw the base details look odd for water edge building." Marco's face got a bit hard. "The fixers said the design is solid, I'm sure. It's just that area's ground usually needs deeper holds for over 6 levels. These show 8 levels with pretty shallow base. Seems chancy." Quiet hit the group. The old family swapped looks. Marco's eyes got narrow. "Maybe your wife should stick to her own work." "Blackwood," Marco said soft. "Maybe your fixers should check again." Lucas's voice stayed nice, but danger hid under. "My wife has made lots of water edge builds. If she spots an issue, there usually is." We left the room soon after, and Lucas's hold on my arm was soft but firm as he led to the exit. We got our coats quiet, and the car ride home started thick with stress. "I didn't mean to jump in," I said at last. "You didn't jump. You spotted what I should have." He stared out at passing lights. "Marco ain't making normal space. He's building storage for hidden goods, likely tools. The weak base would help, letting underground ads without right papers. And you stopped it by having me point flaws in front of them. I stopped it by making sure the old family knows it's bad planned. They won't put money in something that could fall and pull checks." He turned to me. "You might have just stopped a big fight over areas." The weight hit me. "I thought I wasn't to ask about your work. You weren't asking mine. You used your skill on a building job. Different." His look changed. "Thanks. The top home felt different when we got back. Less hideout, more shared spot." Lucas loosened his necktie, poured brown drink from a fancy bottle, and waved to the couch. "Sit. We should chat." I did, kicking off shoes that hurt for hours. He sat at the other end, keeping space. Marco will figure you spotted issues in his plans, Lucas said. He'll see you as a block. Should I worry? I won't let stuff happen to you, but get that by helping tonight. You stepped deeper into my world than we planned. I watched him in the low light. Strong face, that scar over his eye from old fights, eyes full of secrets. Why do I feel this setup just got way trickier? 'Cause you're smart to see when things change. He sipped slow. Question is, you ready for what's next? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. A text from my boss at the design company. Starting now, you're on paid time off while we check recent buzz. We'll look again in 30 days. I showed Lucas the screen. He read without face change. They're trying to calm clients who saw you as trouble. Won't work. By next week, you'll have more jobs than you can take. How do you know? 'Cause folks are buzzing about Lucas Blackwood's designer wife who shamed Marco Rossi calm as anything. That calm and skill? Worth lots. He stood, taking his drink, and went to his room. At the door, he stopped. For what it's worth, glad you didn't stay in that spot like I thought. Your gut tonight was spot on. The nice words shouldn't have felt good. This was a deal. 6 months and $500,000. Nothing else. But in my room, I caught myself smiling in the mirror, and the girl looking back seemed changed. Tougher, surer, risky ground, I thought. Getting comfy here, I slept anyway. And for the first time in the top home, I didn't wake till morning. My paid time off became surprise free time. First time in 3 years without rush trips to work and nights of deadline stress. I should have loved it. Instead, antsy feelings pushed me back to work in a week, doing my own designs from Lucas's top home while he did stuff I chose not to ask. We'd got into a weird pattern. Morning eats together when his time's let, careful talks that skipped deep stuff, and nights where we stayed at opposite sides like polite strangers. The stress from the party faded to something easy, almost cozy, which should have warned me something was going to break the calm. I was checking plans for a home spot I'd designed in free time when Lucas came from his room, phone to ear. His face had gone darker. All the held control gone. How many? He listened, chin tight. Keep her there. I'm on way now. He ended the call and turned to me. Grab your stuff. We're going. What happened? Issue at one of my building spots. Gotta handle it myself. He was already at the door, grabbing a coat from storage. You're coming. Why to a building spot? 'Cause leaving you here without me beats the point of keeping you safe. He held the door, and his look said fighting was useless. The spot was in a city area, a work build near water that Lucas's clean company was making. Tall frames up 6 levels, workers moving between despite late day. Lucas's driver went right in, past guards who let us without ask. Victor, Lucas's main guard, a guy like Stone, met us at entry. Boss, she's in the leader's spot. Shook but okay. She? The spot boss. Someone left a note for her, about you. Cold hit my chest. Inside the small building, a woman in her 50s sat at a desk, hands around a hot drink mug. She looked up when we came, relief on her face. Mr. Blackwood, thank goodness. Didn't know who else. Lucas went to her desk where a paper lay open. I got closer to read the block words. Tell Blackwood his designer wife should mind her own. When did this come? Lucas's voice flat, no tone, scarier than mad, 2 hours back. Stuck to my door. Called Victor right away. Good, take the day. Victor will get you home safe. Lucas took the note careful, putting it in his coat. Mia, wait in the car. I want to see the spot. He turned, and his look made my breath stop. Fear, real fear. Open. Mia. I'm a designer, Lucas. If someone's warning me over builds, I want to see what's bugging them. For a long sec, he stared, then nodded once, quick. Victor, check around again. Taking her through. The spot smelled like hard mix, dust, and metal. Lucas stayed close as we climbed temp steps to 2nd level, his hand near my back without touch, his guard spread out, watching every dark spot. This is a mixed build, Lucas said, voice even. Shop's down, office is up, all clean work. But Marco thinks I'm messing more than his plans. Marco's seeing having you around makes his stuff harder. You got skills he can't fight easy. We stopped at an open window over water. This is the exact spot he'd want for his storage. We got the land before him. The bits fit. You're using clean builds to block his bad ones. I'm growing my clean interests. If it cuts his, that's side. He watched the water view. Yeah, and now he's picking you as mark. He left a note. Not a straight warning. Lucas turned, his dark brown eyes holding me still. It's a start of plans. Next won't be a note, so what now? More guards. You go nowhere without Victor or Same. And wow, the boom wasn't big. More a dull bump from below, but the building shook, and Lucas moved fast. He grabbed me, pulling from window as yells came from down. Stay back. His voice cold. In control. He went to steps, one hand on my arm, other reaching back, a tool, I realized, shocked. He had one. Victor showed at steps bottom, tool out. Gas line break below, held but evacuate. Might be on purpose. Lucas's grip tightened. We went down quick, his body between me and danger. Workers rushed past to outs. Like they practiced this, we got to car without trouble. But Lucas didn't ease till blocks away. He kept hand on my knee. Fingers hard through my pants. You hurt? His voice rough. No, fine. Lucas, look at me. He did, and what I saw squeezed my chest. Not just fear, total scare, like from losing before. I'm okay, I said soft. His hand moved to my face, thumb on cheek. This ain't worth $500,000, ain't worth any cash. What you mean? End the deal tonight. I'll pay still, wreck Ethan still, but you go safe till No, Lucas, no. I'm not bolting 'cause someone tried to scare us with a boom that was likely bad build. Not wreck. The lie felt see-through, but I kept on. I signed for 6 months. I keep promises. His look changed. Fear stayed, but something like respect joined. You're super brave or totally silly. Both, maybe. My heart beat hard, but not leaving. The car pulled into underground spot under the top building. We didn't get out right away. Lucas's hand stayed on my face, warm and claiming, and I forgot why I pushed for separate rooms and space. I lost someone once, he said quiet. My wife 7 years back, driving home from Eats, a car pushed us off-road. I lived. She didn't. The hurt in his voice raw, open. Lucas, sorry. They aimed at her to hit me. Rival group sending word on area fights. I swore after I'd never put anyone there again. Never care enough to make weak. But you married me 'cause it was deal work. No real feelings. His thumb followed my chin, eyes holding mine intense, taking breath. Except between the party and now, that changed. I should have pulled back. Reminded about the deal, rules, clear lines. Instead, I leaned in. Lucas, this isn't a... He kissed me before I finished. Not soft. Not testing. A taking kiss tasting like scare and relief. And deeper stuff we had no words for. His hand in my hair, tilting my head to go deeper. I kissed back same strong. Months of stress finally out. When we stopped, breathing fast, he put forehead to mine. Can't lose you. Won't make it again. Then don't shove me off. I grabbed his coat, holding to something real in a flipped world. We face together or not. His laugh short, almost sour. You don't know what you're in for. Then teach me. No more hiding info. No more like I'm breakable. If I'm in real danger, I need all facts. He pulled back to check my face, looking for something. What he found worked 'cause he nodded slow. All facts. Starting with Marco Rossi ain't alone. Someone near me's giving him info. Someone who knew where you'd be today. The meaning hit like cold water. You got a betrayer. I got a mess that could kill us if we don't find first. He let go, sitting straight. Welcome to my world, Mia. It's way trickier than build plans and base details. We got out and went to lift, and I saw clear the deal I signed didn't matter anymore. This wasn't cash now. Not even payback on Ethan. This was living, teaming, and something close to the link I'd sworn off. The lift doors shut, sealing us. Lucas took my hand. I let him, fingers locked with his, and didn't let go till top home. Lucas's top home became a plan center overnight. Maps on eat table. Spots marked with pins and rings. Bella came at first light with thick files like tools, and they spent hours checking patterns I couldn't get. I'd been stuck in my room with Victor outside like a scary chair, safe, locked, no use, by noon enough. This is dumb. I pushed past Victor, ignoring his no, and went to eat room where Lucas and Bella bent over watch picks. You can't lock me like a caught person. Lucas looked up, tired shadows under eyes. I can keep you safe. That's key. Safe and clueless. You said no more hiding info. Lasted 12 hours. Bella looked between us, thinking. She got a point, Lucas. If aimed at her, she should know the size. The size is Marco has an inside who knew Mia at that build spot. Lucas's voice hard. Till I find who. All suspect, even Bella. I got closer to table. Checking pics. Guys in pricey suits, some from party. Even Victor. Victor been with me 15 years. Bella's blood. But yeah, till proof, all could be bad. The words hurt him. I saw in tight shoulders, fingers gripping table. Then let me help. I pulled a seat and sat without ask. I'm a designer. I fix build issues by checking patterns. Maybe I spot what you miss. Bella raised brow at Lucas. I like her. She's pushy. Pushy is one word. But Lucas waved to files on table. Okay, these are who knew your spot yesterday. I'm folks with my times, guard details, or both. I looked at list. Most names nothing, but some stuck. Folks from party. Work ties Lucas mentioned, and near bottom, a name that twisted my gut. Ethan Reed has law help with a firm that does land deals for your build company. I said slow. Lucas and Bella swapped looks. How you know? 'Cause Ethan bragged on getting them as client. Said they worked for biggest builders on coast. I pulled the file closer. If Ethan sees their papers, he'd know your jobs, times, spots, all. Bella was on phone, talking fast in another language. Lucas leaned back, watching me intense, warming my skin. You're right. Ethan could give info to Marco through lawways, staying clean while Max hurt. But why? What'd he get? Payback, likely. You shamed him by me marrying you. His government dreams need good buzz, and your win makes his choice look bad. Lucas stood, walking to windows. Or Marco pays him. Ethan got always. Bet stuff from what my folks say. The bits made a pick I didn't want. Ethan. Mean and needy. Selling info that could kill me. The guy I almost married. If Ethan, how prove? Lucas turned. Set a trick. Give him fake info through ways he'd see. Then watch if Marco moves on it. And if he does, I'm the draw. No way. Lucas crossed back fast. We use a fake wrong path saying you'll be somewhere you're not. That could work. Bella ended call and joined. But need something real looking? Info big enough Marco can't skip. I checked maps on table, marked spots of Lucas's work. An idea grew, chancy and maybe dumb, but could work. What if we use design as draw? I looked at Lucas. I've been making plans for a water edge build. Mixed. Great spot. Exact type Marco'd want to wreck or take. We let slip I'm showing plans to money folks at a set spot and time. And when Marco sends folks to stop, we know Ethan's the leak. Lucas nodded slow. It's risky. All this is risky. Least this way we control parts. Bella smiled sharp, liking. I see why you picked her, Lucas. She thinks like us. She thinks like a designer. All about build and steady. But Lucas's look softened. Okay, we do it. But my way with my safe rules. The next 3 days were planned mess. I fixed the design plans till they looked real worth taking. Lucas set word to reach. Ethan placed folks at the law firm. The show was set for a storage spot Lucas ran in the dock area. Same place Marco wanted his shady build. Safe prep made the spot a safe house. Cameras all over, armed guards on paths, outways timed perfect. Victor walked me through rules till I knew them sleeping. The night before the show, I couldn't rest. Energy and worry kept me walking my room till I quit and went to main room. Lucas sat on couch in dark. City lights only glow. He'd changed to comfy clothes. First time not in suits. Made him more normal. Closer. Can't sleep either. I sat at other end, keeping space. Rest optional lately. He watched me in low light. You don't gotta do this tomorrow. Another way. I want to, not just to find the leak, but to stop feeling weak. I pulled knees up, arms around. When Ethan dumped me, I felt no control, like life hit me, not my pics. Won't feel that again. Even if danger, 'cause I choose to walk in with prep and help and plan. Different than surprise. Lucas quiet long. Then moved closer, shoulder touching mine. For what it's worth, I get it. After my wife gone, I spent 2 years making me hard to touch, building walls no one threw. Didn't bring her back, but gave fake control. What changed? Nothing. Till lately. Till a girl in deep red dress cried on curb and looked at me like save or more wreck. His hand found mine in dark. Fingers together. You make me want to break those walls, which scares me. I turned to see him real. Checking face for truth under words. Lucas, when this ends, when 6 months up, don't. He cupped my face with free hand, thumb on cheek. Don't think times or deals now. Just be here with me now. I should have backed. Reminded about lines and work setup. Instead, I leaned in and let him kiss soft, against all I knew of his rep. We stayed on couch till sun made sky colors, talking all but tomorrow's plan. He shared growing under his dad's shadow, learning family work before knowing true meaning. I shared building path in guy-filled field, fighting respect each job. By Bella coming with drinks and last prep, something changed between us. Team deepened to something no name but can't ignore. Ready? Lucas asked as we left for storage. I checked bag, plan safe, as ready as can be. Victor drove us to area in quiet stress. The storage looked plain outside. Just one of many inside changed to show space. Boards, lights, even stand for my fake talk to money folks. The money folks are mine, Lucas said, pointing to 3 suited guys like office types. They'll act parts. You show plans like real. If Marco bites, his folks move, and if not, Ethan's not leak. Back to checking others. Hours dragged. I did the show 3 times. Words careful and pro. Lucas's fake folks asked right questions. Victor and team watched all ways to building. Nothing. By hour 4, I doubted whole plan. Maybe Ethan not in. Maybe we wrong all. Then Bella's phone buzzed. She stepped off, talked fast in other language, came back with half win, half worry look. We got move, she said soft. 3 rides coming from south. Marco's based on tags. Lucas's vibe shifted. All in spots. Mia, with me now. He led to back where Victor prepped safe ride, but we didn't get in. Instead, Lucas put us behind boxes with view of door. Thought I evacuate, I whispered. Plan change. Want you see who comes. Confirm Marco's. Your words worth later. Before protest. Doors burst, 5 guys in, tools showing. Moving like trained, and behind. Looking wrong in casual clothes, walked Ethan Reed, my ex. Just showed he was the betrayer trying to get me hurt. Ethan looked smaller than memory. Less sharp with messy clothes and needy vibe from bad pics piling. He looked around nervous while Marco's guys spread, hunting plans that weren't real there. She should be here, one of Marco's guys said. Thick talk coloring his words. The Times said show at 2. Maybe she got scared. Ethan's voice carried over the empty. Spot. Blackwood could have guessed we saw his list, or maybe Blackwood said a trick and you walked right in. Lucas stepped from behind boxes, and I watched amazed as 5 tools pointed at him right away. He didn't even twitch. Hey, Ethan. Fun group you're with these days. Ethan's face went white. Lucas, this ain't what it seems. Really? 'Cause it seems you've been giving info to Marco Rossi for what? Cash to cover Beddoes. Payback 'cause my wife moved on quicker than you thought. Your wife. Ethan's face twisted ugly. You mean the girl who was supposed to need me? Supposed to beg back when truth hit. Instead, she gets a tough boss who makes her off limits. So, this about pride. I stepped out by Lucas, ignoring his sharp breath. You couldn't take that I didn't break without you. All 5 tools shifted to me. Lucas moved fast, putting himself between me and them. But I stepped side, staying seen. Mia. Back, Lucas said, voice low and bad. No, I want him to say why. I kept eyes on Ethan. The shame at the eatery wasn't enough. You had to try killing me. I didn't think Marco would really hurt you. Ethan's words quick, defending. He just wanted to scare you, make you stop messing his jobs. I thought if scared enough, you'd leave Blackwood, and then maybe I'd come back to you. Disbelief in my voice after you wrecked me in public. You're dreaming. I'm trying to live. Those bet-os ain't just cash, Mia. They're to folks who break parts if you don't pay. Marco gave a fix. Info on Blackwood's stuff for clearing what I owe. So, you sold your ex to save you? Lucas's tone sharp as glass. Nice. One of Marco's guys talked into a talker, fast other language I couldn't get. What he heard back made his face hard. We gotta go. Cops comin', cops? Ethan looked mixed up. Why cops? 'Cause I called them. Bella came from another part of storage, phone in hand. Really? I called my FBI folks. They've wanted Marco Rossi's tool moving up for months. And now they got watchers. Recordings and Ethan admitting team up. The storage doors burst again. But now federal folks in tough gear, tools out, yelling orders. Marco's guys dropped tools fast. Pros knowing when beat. Ethan just froze, getting it at last. You tricked me, he whispered. You tricked yourself, I said. We just gave chance to spill. The folks moved quick, locking Marco's guys in hand ties. One went to Ethan same, and truth hit him hard. He jumped, not to door, but to me. Lucas stopped him before close, slamming against a hard pillar with force to knock breath out. Don't. Lucas's voice whisper, but full threat. Don't even look at her again. A federal pulled Lucas back, and Ethan fell to ground. They tied him quick while saying rights. Ethan probably couldn't hear over his scared breaths. Mr. Blackwood. Mrs. Blackwood needs statements. The main federal, a woman 40s with sharp eyes and boss vibe, waved to clear spot. This way. The next 2 hours blurred. Statements. Recordings, detail checks. Bella had worked with FBI months. Building case on Marco that tonight wrapped perfect. Ethan's spill. Caught from many views. Gave last bits. By time back to top home, tired sunk in my bones. Lucas sent Victor and Bella off who'd come with us. And we alone at last. You shouldn't have stepped out. Lucas walked main room, held anger showing in moves. Those guys had tools on you. And he could have shot, but didn't. That's not it, Mia. He turned fast. You could have died. Get that? One bad move, one quick trigger, and I'd watch you go like your first wife. He stopped. What? That's what this really is, huh? Your scared old stuff repeats. That someone you care for dies 'cause your world. I got closer, cutting space he'd made. But I'm not her, Lucas. I chose to step out. Needed Ethan to see I ain't scared of him no more. You should be scared. Scare keeps alive, and love makes life worth it. The word floated between us. No taking back. Lucas stared like I spoke strange. Love. Yeah, love. I took his hand, felt shaken fingers. I know this wasn't planned. The deal was clear, cold, short. But between party and tonight, I fell for you. And I think you did for me too. He pulled hand away, making space again. You don't know what you say. This is energy rush. After mess feel. This is me in your room saying truth. My voice steady even as heart pounded. I love you. You're dark. You're guarding. How you look at me like precious and super annoying. I love you built walls to keep safe and let me over anyway. Mia. I can't. His voice broke. Everyone I love gets in danger. My wife died 'cause me. Tonight you almost 'cause me. You almost 'cause Ethan is selfish, scared who picked bad. Not on you. I closed space again, not letting back. And your first wife's end wasn't your fault. You didn't push the car, didn't do the bad act. You lived, Lucas. That's not wrong. He grabbed my shoulders, not soft. How you so wild with your safe? How you stand here say you love me when loving me means always threats? 'Cause without you sounds way worse. I reached up, holding his face. I'm picking this, picking you, picking us. Not for deal or cash or payback, but 'cause when I see you, I see home. Something broke in him. I saw it. Watched walls he kept careful fall. He kissed desperate, hands in my hair, pulling close as can. I kissed back same strong, putting all feels from weeks in. When we stopped, breathing hard, he put forehead to mine. "I love you," he whispered. "Help me. I love you so much it scares. Then scare with me. But don't shove away. I don't know how to do this, how to love and not wreck them. We'll learn together. That's team." I kissed soft this time. "No more hiding your world. No more arm's length. We face all together, or not at all." He pulled back to see me real. "You're asking trust you can live in my world. I'm asking trust we're tougher together than alone." I held his eyes. "Can you?" Long sec he studied, fighting old habits from loss and worry. Then nodded. "Together," he agreed. "All, no secrets, no hiding info. You're my team, not my thing." "Exactly." Relief hit me. "Now can we sit? I've been on energy hours, gonna fall." He laughed, sound rough but real, and led to couch. We dropped in, his arm around, my head on chest. His heart beat steady under my ear, grounding, real. "The deal's gone, you know," he said after. "Not 'cause rules, but this ain't work now." "I know. Don't care about cash. You'll get it. I keep words." His fingers drew on my shoulder. "But hope you stay for other reasons." "I'm staying 'cause I love you. You tricky, overguard, sometimes mad-making man. Good, 'cause no plan to let you go." He kissed my head top. Warning, my world don't get less bad 'cause love. "Wouldn't think so, but we'll handle together." "Together," he said like trying the word. "I can get used to that." We stayed on couch as night fell over city, neither wanting move, both getting what we built worth every chance. 3 months after Ethan's catch, city looked different from top windows, or maybe I saw it different now. Knowing shiny outside hid tricky layers I'd never guessed before marrying Lucas Blackwood. The first 6-month deal ended 2 weeks back. I'd signed split papers Lucas made, watched him send, then moved stuff from guest room to his cause deals or work. And what we got now beats any paper. My design company took a small spot in a nice area, paid by $500,000 Lucas pushed despite my number and 3 workers. 6 jobs going, and name for new ideas that was all my work, not his push. You're thinking loud. Lucas came from bath, hair wet from wash, in easy clothes that still looked odd on someone so suit and control. I hear it across home, thinking about tonight. I turned from window, watching him move through our room with smooth moves that always caught me. "Sure about this? Party at eatery where you got shamed public?" "Yeah." He came to me, hands on waist. "It's fair end. Plus some faces will be worth the huge cost for private night." The fancy eatery, spot of my worst time, now changed to place for what Lucas called our real tie party. Not legal event, since we already tied and split and lived together in a way that beat normal labels, but public say that what we got is real, forever. "On our rules, Olivia will be there," I said. She said yes, likely from weird wonder. Good. She should see what she missed picking Ethan. His mouth curved hunter-like. Ethan, now waiting court on team-up charges and likely sorry every pick to that storage. I'd seen news. Ethan's drop was big and open. His government dreams burned before start. Olivia cut ties fast. Promise over in 2 days of his catch. Last heard. She dated a tech maker and acted like Ethan part never was. "I don't hate him now," I said, surprising me with truth. Almost sorry for him. He wrecked his life trying mine. That's nicer than he earns. Lucas pulled me close, and I leaned into his warm solid. But it's what I love about you. You drop grudges once fair done. Fair had been done. Marco Rossi faced big charges for years locked. His group fell without head. Areas taken by groups a bit more rule follow. The boom at Lucas's build spot ruled accident. Bad gas lines not wreck. But we knew truth. Marco tried to end me and failed. My phone buzzed with text from Bella. Car at 7. Don't late to own party. Wear green dress, not blue. Trust me, your sis is scary, I said, showing Lucas message. She's good at stuff, different. But he smiled. Face going from scary to almost kid-like. Agree on green dress. Makes your eyes hard to ignore. Afternoon passed easy. Lucas checked load list for his clean bring-in work while I finished plans for home job and area. We'd learned to share space without crowd. Team going past mess fixed to daily bits. By 7 I had on green dress Bella pushed. Green soft that Lucas couldn't stop looking. His suit perfect, dark gray with thin lines. And together we looked what we were. Strong pair, city top. Bad and okay, same. The eatery, same. Shiny lights, big windows. Stone floors I'd walked shamed months back. But tonight, those floors led to private eat room Lucas booked all, and 200 guests weren't watchers of my wreck. They were watchers of my comeback. Bella met at door, great in dark blue. Her sharp check saying we followed her clothes rule. Perfect. All key here. Some surprises too. Good ones. Define good surprises, Lucas said, quick suspicious. You'll see. Come. Guests wait. The private room changed simple fancy. White flowers, soft lights, round tables for talks, and guests mixed city types. Work leaders, designers, government who lived Ethan's fall, and faces from Lucas's world. Folks who knew who they cheered and came anyway. Mia, my old boss from design company, came. Real warm. Glad you let me. Wanted to say sorry face for how we did your time off. Was weak, simple. Was work, I said, though sorry meant more than thought. But thanks. Your new company making buzz. Area home job brilliant. He glanced at Lucas, behind me a bit, guarding without owning. Lucky to have her. I know, Lucas said simple. We moved through room, taking congrats and good wishes that felt real despite undercalc in Lucas's circle. These folks got strength, respected, and saw I'd become one who used it with my hubby. Not hide behind. Olivia Kingsley stood by windows, bubbly in hand, looking uncomfy and interested same. She'd lost weight since party, edges sharper, and her look hinted tech guy not working. Mia, she came with effort. Thanks for ask. Wasn't sure you would. Almost didn't. Truth fit. But holding mad takes 2 energy. And really, you helped me. Helped? She looked real mixed. You took Ethan before I messed marrying him. Saved a split. I waved around room. And if he hadn't shamed me that night, never met Lucas. Lucas's hand on my lower back, warm and steady. Olivia's eyes followed, and something like want flashed. You look happy, she said at last. Real happy. I don't think I saw that with Ethan. I wasn't. But now, yes. I gave smile no mean. Hope you find too, Olivia. Real. She nodded, blinking what might be tears, and left for more bubbly. That was nice, Lucas said quiet. That was true. She's not enemy. Never was. Just another Ethan used for his wants. Bella showed at my side, buzzing with held fun. Time for surprise, Lucas, don't flip. When you say don't flip, I want to flip. She skipped him and waved to door. A woman's 60s came in, fancy and deep red soft, with dark hair, silver bits, and eyes clearly like Lucas's. Mom. Lucas's voice shock I'd never heard. His mom crossed room with steady grace, and I saw where he learned to own space by being. She stopped front us, checking son with love and check. Lucas, too long. 3 years. You said no to family work. I said no to fights that killed your dad and almost you. But Bella says you found someone changing your focus. Wanted to meet girl who did impossible. She turned to me, and being checked by Lucas's mom felt scarier than facing Marco's armed guys. Mrs. Blackwood, I managed. Honor. Call me Sophia. Honor mine. She took my hand, squeezed soft. My son loved once and lost all. Didn't think he'd make loving again. But Bella says you're tough for his world and brave to change it. True? I'm trying both. Some days better. She smiled, and I saw where Lucas got his rare face changes. Honest. Good. My son needs someone not just saying what he wants. She let hands and turned to Lucas. She's perfect. Don't mess up. I'll try. Lucas's voice rough with feels. You came from far for this. For you always. Even no talk, you're my son, she kissed cheek, whispered something in other language that made his eyes shut short, and went to crowd for Bella. Surprise, yes, Lucas said, working on Mom's show. Good surprise, I asked. The best. He pulled me in arms, ignoring eyes watching. How my life this changed from 6 months back. 'Cause a girl in deep red dress agreed to wild deal with stranger. Best choice ever. He kissed slow and full, and claps spread through room. When we stopped, Bella had all with bubbly glasses up. She got Lucas's eye and nodded to small standby windows. Lucas led me there, hand always touching. We faced crowd together, and he spoke no notes or prep. 6 months back, I saw something should be private. A girl's worst time made show for fun. I gave a fix that was pure swap. Expecting just work set up, he turned to me, and what in his look caught my breath. Instead, found team who won't take my world as fixed, sees build and chance where I saw mess. Mia didn't just say yes to marry. She said yes to stand with and push me better than I thought. He pulled small box from coat, and my heart skipped. We're tech tight and split. Makes this law nothing. But signs matter. Pics matter. He opened box to show ring nothing like deal band months back. This platinum with greens matching my dress, fancy and special. Mia Reed, will you marry me? Not 6 months, not work, but for all real reasons, room quiet. I looked at Lucas. Open week he showed no one else, and knew my yes was set since night he found me crying on curb. Yes. My voice carried quiet. For all real reasons, yes. He slid ring on. And room burst claps and cheers, but I hardly heard. Focused on man front who'd gone from stranger to saver to team to home. I love you, he said on my lips before kiss again. I love you too, even when your world's scary and tricky and sometimes bad. Especially then. Party went on around, but we stayed at stand another sec, foreheads together, same breath. Through windows back, city glittered dark, pretty and bad and full of chance. Think we can make this? Long forever despite all? Lucas pulled back to meet eyes. With you? Think we survive anything, his look serious. Warning, my past don't vanish 'cause love. Always risks, threats, tests. I know. Picking you anyway. Picking us, all. Then yes, we can. We have, he kissed once more. Soft and claiming and full promise. Welcome to forever, Mrs. Blackwood. Mrs. Reed Blackwood. I fixed. Kept name for work, but yes. Forever. We joined guests, taking congrats and wishes. Around folks who mattered. Bella hugged with rare warmth. Sophia gave tips on living in Blackwood world that was scary and calming. Victor, guarding door though off, nodded yes. Hours later, when party ended, and Lucas and I back to top home alone, we stood at big windows together, his arms around from back, chin on shoulder, both watching city we'd claimed ours. No regrets? He asked. Not one. Only wish found you sooner. He turned me in arms, and love in his look took breath. Thanks for seeing past deal to what we could build. Thanks for saving crying girl on curb and giving most wild idea ever. My fun. Make tradition. Yearly wild ideas more silly. As long as end with us together. I'm in. He laughed, free and real, and kissed with strength saying no sleep soon. Outside, city kept endless go, but inside top home, we'd built something beating city's mess. Team, love, future we picked together against all. And it all started 'cause I wore wrong dress to right wreck.